Hey guys, I'm Eric.
I'm Ollie. Welcome to Project TWOBARU.
Did we both say that part?
I thought we were both going to say it.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay. Hey guys, I'm Eric.
I'm Ollie.
And welcome to Project TWOBARU.
Oh, I was supposed to say it then.
I thought we were both going to say it then.
I lost track. I was paying attention to what you were saying.
We're not very good at this.
Welcome
Sorry.
to Project TWOBARU. Stand by. Dude, we're almost to the finish line.
We're so close, I can damn near taste it. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of work really fast.
Tell them who you are.
My name's Eric. Good start. Good start. I like this so far. Fishing, mountain bike riding, archery, even just long hikes, days at the lake. I like everything outdoors. Time off-road was kind of ingrained as a little kid with family adventures that were just recreational off-road. As an adult, I hiked the Appalachian Trail and walked myself from Georgia to Maine and got to camp for 150 nights and some beautiful, very remote campsites. And that was something that was special and that I wanted to take with me. But when you get back into the world of the working, you get Saturday and Sunday to get in a whole week's worth of adventure, and walking into those campsites wasn't really feasible. So I started a Jeep build, and it progressed from a stock Rubicon up to a small lift on 35s to a more adjustable lift on 37s, and now it's on 38s and long arms. It just kept growing as my kind of circle of friends and trails I did were kind of pushing the boundaries. But I built the vehicle so I could get out and go camping and get back to work on Monday. It ended up attending some events, and then I built a profile for it called American Overland. You can check it out on Instagram. I love landscape photography, and professionally I've done product photography. So the two kind of came together in this like inspiring images of the Jeep doing things that you expect them to be doing. As the Jeep and photography became more well-known, I helped brands do some organic marketing, creating content of the vehicle and its natural habitat being used the way they intend it to. The Instagram account started to grow. It was always something where I participated in community events, but the more and more community events I went to, the more friends within this industry I became close with. So the Jeep was featured a couple of times at Overland Expo West, and I did a fun event with TWOBARU tents. I was selected as one of their adventurers of the year, and we did the New Mexico backroad discovery route and created a fun video for TWOBARU, and drove ourselves from Texas to Colorado through the state of New Mexico, all on dirt roads. And that was a wonderful 2-week adventure, and just another kind of fun item that the Jeep presents that otherwise wouldn't really be an option. So these vehicles are kind of like they open the door to a new kind of adventure. So as gas prices shot up and as the Jeep approached 100,000 miles, I had kind of two concerns: that I was paying too much to drive it daily, and I was also wearing it out prematurely when I wanted to save its remaining good years for what it was purpose-built to do. Dirt roads, trails, super remote adventures. The theme for that vehicle was 2 people, 7 days, 500 miles. The Subaru was meant to be a daily driver. I wanted something that got over 25 miles per gallon and was fun to drive, but could still get me mountain biking, out to do archery, and up to do fly fishing. So the Subi entered the garage, and then you, Ollie, ended up getting one as well, and unable to leave things alone. Now it's a little bit aftermarket, but tailored to go kind of fast on those forest roads. It's an all-wheel drive vehicle and it's super fun to drive. So just kind of wanted to make it more fun to drive off-road. I'm here with my good buddy, Ali.
What's up? I'm Ali, and yeah, that's my Subaru. Done? What's up? I'm Ali. I got started into like the outdoor lifestyle really at the age of like, I don't know, I think my first memory is around like 6 or 7, getting tossed into the back of my dad's Taurus and then entombed in a series of like sleeping bags and blankets, fishing rods and nets and everything. And then the sweltering 6 hours from Long Beach to Sequoia every year, but I loved it. We used to go out to Hume Lake, and for me, it's always going to be a special place that I'll take my kids to. I've taken my kids to, they can't remember, but for years to come, headed out to Sequoia and having them experience what I did. And so it was kind of a natural progression. Also, being a car guy, more in the import scene from back in the day, to like with Hondas and Nissans and stuff, to now taking a break from that for almost a decade, honestly. Doing just like the married life thing, having my first kid, then my second kid, and then starting to get to a place where I was like, you know, I'm really itching for a project. I really want to get back into something, and I started a Jeep project with 511 Tactical. I left there as their senior brand manager, and as part of kind of like what I was into was finding new markets, new things that we could do while I was passionate about myself. And one of those was overlanding. I got a Jeep. The rest is really like history. You can find out about it. I've got a stupid Instagram account called Kate the Jeep. The kids named her, and it stuck, and it is what it is. Now I got Subarus and Suburbans on there, but whatever. It's all good. So one thing led to another. We all got regular lives, found our ways through this kind of adventure lifestyle overland thing. And then COVID hit. Things were rocky towards the end, and finding myself not wanting to spend the amount of money I was spending on gas with the Jeep. Eric and I had originally talked about getting a Maverick, and it was impossible to get one of those. Sometime later, Eric tells me he got a Crosstrek, and I was like, damn, my story started with a Subaru, where I got stuck in like 6 inches of mud and gravel and got bailed out by a Jeep, which kind of led to that origin story. But that's another story for another time. Where was I? Eric got the Subaru, told me about it. I said, shit, that sounds like exactly what we were looking for. Kind of capable, good gas mileage, checks the boxes. And I ended up going to the dealership, and I ended up driving away with my silver Subaru. And I sent Eric a picture, and Eric goes, my Subaru is silver too. And I go, did you get the big motor? And he goes, of course I got the big motor. So we got the 2.5 liter motors. And I'm like, so you got the Sport, I got a Sport, they're both silver. That sounds like twins. And they look like they need some things. And then I was like, let's do a project. And he goes, okay. And next thing you know, we're like neck deep in 1 year minimum commitments to a bunch of amazing brands, probably the best brands in the industry. And we've got these Subarus that Eric and I have been working really hard at. So yeah, it was just one thing that led to another, If you want to hear about it, we got a great podcast called Rig for Dirt. And of course, you know, Fast Friends is what kind of brings all of these ideas together. It's all about the community, growing it, doing your part with organizations like Tread Lightly, just kind of bringing all the wagons together, circling them, and having great experiences of whether we're building cars or doing amazing events. I think just having this partnership with Eric, Kelly from Tread, all the great people that we've been able to work with has been something truly special. We got into a pretty decent sized project by the end of it. I thought, you know, we were going for like kind of, oh, what can we pull into this build that would make the ultimate, what we would want as the Wilderness Edition 2023 Subaru Crosstrek.
Yeah, what they should have made,
What I
in my
thought they
opinion.
could have done, you know, a couple different packages. But yeah, you got a Subaru first, and you're like, Ollie, I got a Crosstrek.
Needed something with better gas mileage that could still kind of support my regular adventures.
Right.
Not like big, long off-road epics But just
like we do with the Jeeps.
That's what the Jeep is for.
Yeah.
But this was just for around town, but then also something that was fun to drive, cool, and it's sporty enough off-road to get you to some good fly fishing spots and maybe a night or two of camping.
Yeah.
And so I ended up choosing the Crosstrek Sport. And in its stock form, I think it's pretty capable.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's a bitchin' car. And when you said that you got that, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go look at some Subarus. Went to the dealership, got this, and it's like, oh shit, we have the same trim, we've got the same color.
I think the only difference is you have a sunroof.
I've got a sunroof, and you got cool lights on your.
Well, I've got little scene lights on my rear views that light the area at night.
Not that the KC Cyclones aren't going to take care of that.
I think that we can connect those to the same switch.
There you go. Actually, you could do that with the Bantam S5.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just have it connected to one switch and
flip the switch and like all the lights.
If
you
those
open your
lights
door,
come on, yeah,
that's awesome.
Scene.
There's so much cool stuff packed into these vehicles that over the course of the next few weeks or few months, probably at this rate, you're going to follow the progression along with us as we go into kind of like more of the details and then more of the high level, and then ultimately, once we're past all that, more of the reviews.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna do the review of the stock vehicle. I don't feel like you should be making upgrades until you understand like what the vehicle does well and where it needs a little help. I think after our first off-road trip, we both decided that the suspension was great on-road, but bottoms out
lacking
way too easily off-road.
Yeah, we've already got some dents and dings underneath the underbodies of these vehicles, and they're not even a year old. They're like, I don't know, a few months in with ownership and already giving her the love.
Yeah, skid plates is probably one of my first recommendations if you're gonna take it on more than a gravel road, but we'll take you through all of the installs, the good, the bad, the difficult, and also do a kind of post review on how we feel about the product, how it performed off-road. And got two different builds here.
What was your build? You're more like rally inspired.
I like the WRC kind of rally look. These vehicles, I think if it had like the WRX motor, could be there.
Come on, Subaru!
Maybe more to come next year, or if Subaru
so.
comes out with a like a real big engine model of this vehicle. We both have the large engine.
We need the Crosstrek Raptor.
Yes.
That's what we need.
Yes. And until then, we're hand building them.
Yes.
But I always like turnkey projects too. And this one's powerful enough. I think it has 185 horsepower. We only went an 1.75 inches larger with the tire. Now I think they're 29s. So,
and it's a great fit. I mean, there's a little self-clearancing going on. So, you know, there's instructions out there on how to like kind of push the molding back. I've been too busy. I will get to it.
Unless the vehicle gets to it first.
Either the vehicle will do it for me or I'll get to it. But yeah, so super excited to share all this with you. Huge thanks to Tread Magazine for always supporting all of the ideas and really the creativity that's out there in our overland space. And yeah, hope you guys like it.
See you on the next one, guys.